Hello folks, Rob MaximumRD here. I wanted to show you my GHETTO USB do-it-yourself homemade hard drive enclosure. So, to start off, one Maxtor extra 40 gig hard drive that I had lying around, standard IDE hard drive. It was a spare I had. I often make an image of my operating system, which I usually keep on a second partition on my internal hard drive. But I figured I had this, since I had this spare 40 gig Maxtor, which works fine. So there's the hard drive. Then I had this interesting device here. It is an IDE. I believe it has a connector for both the standard 3 1/4 inch and also the 2 1/4 inch IDE, and then on the other end standard USB plug. So let's see here, and also of course you need power. This is a standard 4-pin plug, as if you internally put the hard drive into your desktop, you would plug in one of the power connectors from your PC power supply, but this is an external power supply that is just sufficient enough to power one item. So in this case, obviously that one item is the hard drive, and this is what will be the GHETTO homemade do-it-yourself enclosure. This is the box that actually Jack Squires sent me. If you remember a video a while back when he had sent me those awesome video game characters made out of bead art. So I kept the box. It's really cool. Now what I've done here was, using an X-Acto knife, I've cut this hole here. The box is a little flimsy there, but I had been using this hard drive as an external, actually, just backing up. It's only 40 gigs, so what I do is when I create an image of my operating system, besides putting it on my second partition, I also put a copy of the image onto this old 40 gig hard drive. So I'm just going to hook up the IDE interface. Make sure I got the right side. This one right here, the larger one, and plug it in. Let me see here. Should I have the, yeah, okay. And plug that in correctly like that. Okay, so that's for your data, your information. It goes right to the USB port. And then what I do is simply put the hard drive in this box. Okay, just like that. There we go. Alright, you see that sticking out, and I already cut a hole there for the cable, so you can see that. And also, you're thinking this is going to knock around quite a bit and move around, but I also cut this piece of foam from a larger piece that I had lying around. Necessity is the mother of invention, folks, and when you don't have any extra money to buy a proper hard drive enclosure. Of course, I have enough to buy a complete Atari 5200 system, but it's all about priorities. So shove that in there. Now that's right to the front of the drive. So see, keeps it from knocking around, but there's still plenty of space over the top of the drive. So that should be quite enough for ventilation. If it's not, I'll knock a few holes in it or something. And makes it a very tight fit, but of course being foam, that's fine. It'll press right against it. So now it's just a question of closing it up, just like that. Alright, and now just get some tape. I'll get some tape, yeah, here. First I'll just cut a little piece so I can close it and keep it in place like so. Good enough. Alright, so that's closed. Now I can take the power supply and plug it right into the hard drive like so. Make sure that's plugged in properly. Alright. Yeah, nice and snug. Okay. Data, power. It's not moving around. Okay. So now I'll just finish taping up the box. Oh, don't you hate that? A roll of tape. Trying to find the end again. Okay. I'm gonna go a little crazy. Make sure it's taped up really well. Around. There we go. Taped up. There we go. And of course, the back of the box. Yeah. I can push that against there just like that. Take that down. And I'll reinforce the tape later so it fits a little better. But there we go. So it's hooked up. Alright. Now also it was really noisy. It's still going to be noisy. I mean, it's just a paper box, right? So I'm plugging this end of the cable. Actually, first I'll plug it in. I'll plug it into a power source. I have a power bar right over here. So you'll probably hear it start up. Well, it's actually a lot quieter than before I had it in this box. And now this end, I'm going to plug into my computer over here. There we go, plugged right in. And there we go. Now to shut off power, I just unplug it, or I simply hit the switch on the power bar one way or the other. But of course, before doing that, I use the USB safely removed hardware in Windows and remove it from the computer operating system before I actually power it down. So let's take a look over here right on the screen. I will just go hit my computer, and there it is. Oh, where the cursor is. I'll zoom in closer. That's what you're looking at. It is the, let's get lower. Stupid tripod. There we go. It is the 40 gigabyte Maxtor. 40 gigabyte Maxtor. There's only 6 gig free, just over 6 gigs free, because I've got an image from my laptop and my desktop of my operating system. So, you know, it's an external drive, and it has an image of my operating systems backed up away from the original systems, desktop and laptop, for safekeeping. And it works. It's quieter. It's not moving around, so it's some protection at least. And that is MaximumRD's GHETTO USB hard drive enclosure. Just having some fun. And thanks, Jack, for the nice box. And talk to you later.